As a veteran, small business owner, what can we do for you?
What we can all do for all veteran business owners is promote each other.
My main mission was to look at tools of technology to leverage small business and give them more of a competitive advantage.
My mission for Veteran Bargains is very simple: to help vets.
That story in itself, to run for Vista City Council, is a journey.
I think this is an opportunity to really collaborate with those gone before us.
It's really kind of a labor of love.
And now your host.
Welcome back to the Veterans Radio Show. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, and thank you for tuning in today. On our Veterans Radio Show, we talk with heroes in action, making it happen in the veteran community every day. I'm your host, Shelly Harrison. I'm also proud to serve as the co-director for the Inland Empire Orange County chapter of the Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Just take a look at any successful company, organization, or institution, and you'll find a veteran behind that success, or a leadership role. Excuse me. Whoa! We want to welcome our live audience on Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Live, and of course, our podcast listeners. We appreciate your service and thank you for being here. This is the Veterans Radio Show, and without you, we would not have the support and listenership. So hit that subscribe button and give us your live questions when we have our guest come in, and we would love to answer them live. So again, subscribe and share out this episode if you can. We'd love to have other veterans tune in and watch today, because we have a very special couple that you're going to meet in just a moment. We love seeing your questions, so just want to make sure you get them in the chat box. Today we have a power couple, Belynda and Steven Davis. And let me just share a little bit about them. Belynda Davis is a military spouse, and she wrote a book, Let's Talk, your 4-step guide to getting beyond the pain of loss and the uncertainty of illness, so you can live your best life now. This book helps individuals deal with grief and chronic illness. And you'll meet her in just a moment, and I'm going to introduce her husband. So Steven Davis, a U.S. veteran, founder and creator of Inspire2Inspire, a company that has become more than just a business. It's a movement that drives you to draw inspiration from everything and everyone around you. Inspire2Inspire is a never-ending cycle, encouraging you to be optimistic despite the challenges you're facing. So I would like to welcome Steven and Belynda onto the show. And how are you both doing today?
We're doing quite well. Thanks a lot there, Ms. Harrison.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get into the interview in just a moment with both of you. I want to share an event that we're doing, and Belynda and Steven, I hope you can join us too. We actually have the Branding Warrior 2-day online event that's coming up on July 23rd and July 24th. And there are 2 experts that will be teaching this. We have the branding evangelist, Jerry Foster, and we also have Mark Mays, who is the executive business advisor who created the High 5 priority business mapping system. So Jerry and Mark are experts on creating powerful brands that lead to a lifetime of profitability and success. So this 2-day online workshop is designed to help you create and sustain a winning brand that is guaranteed to make you and your business truly unforgettable. So I hope many of you can join us. And I know Jimmy behind the scenes put it up on the screen for us. And without further ado, I would like to, again, welcome Belynda and Steven. And Belynda, I think we're going to start with you. You actually recently or wrote a book, and we'll ask some questions about that. But I would love for you to tell a little bit about the backstory with your book and the title of your book.
Yes, the title of my book is Let's Talk, your 4-step guide to getting beyond your pain of loss and the uncertainty of illness so you can live your best life now. And the reason of me writing this book, I've been wanting to write a book for years, never had the time, but since this pandemic came up, I said, well, let me go ahead and get it done. And I've seen a lot of people go through their loss and with different illnesses, and I read articles and I listen to people when I'm at the hospital, and they'll talk down about themselves. They don't think that they're going to make it. And I wanted to share my story of how I'm getting beyond my MS sclerosis that I have and how I'm getting through that. And so my help that I'm going through is with God. God helped me through it all. I've been through so much, and probably still going to go through more because there is no cure for this illness. And so I wanted to reach others with my story and let them know they yet can make it. They don't have to be down on themselves. And there's a way to get through what they're going through and know that they have somebody that is dealing with the same thing as well.
Yeah. And what do you think have been, some of the great results that have come from this book since you published it?
I believe the things that are good that are coming out is people see that you go through a lot with your illness, and there is a way so that you don't have to be down about yourself, and you're not going through that by yourself. Know that there's always somebody that you can talk to about the issue.
Yeah. Well, and I think that it's inspiring, just the time that it probably took for you to write the book and just really kind of dig deep into, okay, what do I want from this book to how it's going to help and just inspire other people. As far as, the book itself, what do you think is in store in 2021, the rest of the year, for the book? And what are your plans to really get it out there so that more people can read it?
My plan is to have more podcasts. Yes. And I have different things that you can get on Facebook. I have the You Can Talk with B. I have the Talk Ain't Cheap. And that we can get into a group and discuss what's going on, what we could do to help others in what they're going through, and share different stories to help everybody that's going through things, because everybody has a different story. So to help somebody.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, this is the first time that we've met, and I had an opportunity to have a Zoom meeting with Steven. It was a few months ago, but it was during the pandemic. And I was just inspired by him. I mean, there were so many great, things that we had talked about during the conversation. As far as your book, Belynda, the, kind of the essence of the book, where do you see some of the things that are more kind of specific to your own story in the book?
Well, the book is basically about me, the different trials that I'm going through or have been through. I believe that it will help somebody as they're going through their journey. If something similar happens to them, the same as I did, they can see that, oh, this is not, the end of it. I can get help. I can get through it. So I wanted to make sure that people can see that they yet still can get through and be all right, so they can live their best life now.
Yeah. Yeah. And, living your best life now is, a lot of people coming out of this pandemic. What do you think the silver lining has been for you after, writing the book, and now we're in the middle of 2021? What has been the silver lining for you during this whole process?
The silver lining is not being able to, go out and do your regular things that you're normally used to doing. Making sure when you go out, you make sure you have your mask. Make sure you're social distance with somebody, especially in line, like a grocery store, because I normally talk to people, and now that's not the same. So that's a big change for me, socializing with others.
Yeah, socializing, I think, especially if you're a real warm person like I know you are, it's, you want to have that human interaction, and not 6 to 12 feet away from one another, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know you have a very special person sitting next to you too. Stephen, I would love to welcome you onto the show. And we also want to thank you for your service, both of you. Belynda, obviously, you have supported him through the process, and we salute you both and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you. Stephen, tell us about your journey in the military and how long you served, and maybe one of the things that really helped you to kind of, bring Inspire2Inspire about.
Yeah, so I enlisted in the Army when I was 17 years old.
Oh,
I was
wow.
actually still in high school, and I didn't go off to basic training until 18. And then I did my enlistment, got out because I initially wanted to go to college. So I got into college, and my sophomore year in college is when I joined the ROTC program. And upon graduation, of course, I got my commission into the United States Army. And so I've been serving on active duty ever since then. But in terms of my journey, as you can imagine, as you've heard before, it's a bit of a hard knock life serving in the military. But I have to admit, I would not I wouldn't trade my experience for anything, because it helped me become the man that I am today, and helped me realize, that I should not put myself before others. This idea of selfless service, is something that I hold dear to my heart. And the same thing with regard to, my beautiful wife. We actually met as I was a young GI stationed in Germany many years ago, actually over 21 years ago.
In Germany, wow.
Exactly.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, so had I not enlisted in the Army, I probably would not have met my wife. And so I got this good thing, this great thing, this wonderful thing. And so she, as you mentioned, she's been with me through thick and thin, through all of the ups and downs, ensuring that, I am successful on my job. And so this is just an opportunity for me to kind of push her forward and to support her. And I am so grateful for the opportunity and looking forward, because I draw inspiration from her as well. So the fact that she decided to go ahead and write this book and to help others, again, it just continues to inspire me. And so with regard to the company, Inspire2Inspire, the way we view it, it's like you can find inspiration everywhere and in everything. And that is what we want. We want people to be inspired, because for me, the difference between sort of just being motivated and inspired is that inspiration drives you to some action. And so we want people to do something and not to accept the status quo, and to realize that, again, as long as you can change your mindset, as long as you can be optimistic, as you mentioned earlier, look at the silver lining, because every dark cloud has a silver lining, right? That inspiration will keep you pushing forward. And before you know it, you will be living your best life.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And what I really love is the between the two of you, how you came together, here in a foreign country, and here you are today, inspiring other people. How do you see the Inspire2Inspire? If you had to really kind of make a wish list, how would you like to get this movement out there and have more people paying it forward and inspiring one another?
Yeah, so we have sort of three components to the company. The first is a public speaking component, where kind of like we're doing podcasts, we have other speaking engagements that we'll do, whether it's for nonprofits, other charitable organizations, or even corporate America, right? And just getting that message out there. The second component is a coaching and mentoring, right? And so as BeLynda has gone through this journey of writing a book, we know that there are other people that have incredible stories that they would like to tell. So again, we want to encourage them to be able to tell their story as well. And then that final component is the publishing aspect of it, because it is in a publishing company. And this first book is, again, the first book that Inspire2Inspire Publishing has published. And so we are really excited. We are really excited about it.
Yes. Well, and I bet, because boy, what, again, power couple. I mean, the two of you are just doing phenomenal work. And, especially, having your military background too, I think, there's a lot to be said about, the service and how you're serving others, both of you. So as far as the the initial starting of Inspired to Inspire. When you look back, when you first started it, what was your mindset at that time?
So at that time, it was just about helping people realize that there is something greater than themselves, right? Because when you talk about the pandemic, when you talk about certain issues that we face in our society, you know, not just today, but you can go back years, we find out that if you can remain positive about the situation and you can inspire others, that's kind of the mindset that we had early on. And it really just started off with an idea. And what we would do, we would just post inspirational messages, whether it be on social media, when we would have opportunities to speak in a public forum. It was just something that was really just a part of us. And, you know, it's interesting, and I really hadn't said this to many people, but, you know, when I think about my blood type, it really boils down to my personality, right? Because my blood type is B positive. And I found out through the course of my life, I can't help but be positive no matter what is going on around me. And I try to share that with others.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I love the way that it started and just the inspiration that you had to get it going. As far as today, I want to let our audience know that we have two amazing people here today. We have Steven and Belynda, and Belynda just recently published her book, and we've been talking a little bit about that today. And we want to thank our sponsors, Barry University. And I believe I'm not sure if we have Joe here. I think in our backstage, if we have Joe here today, I'm not sure. Oh, do we have Laura? Okay, well,
we have Joe. We have Joe.
Oh, we do have Joe. Wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it on over to Joe, and he's going to welcome our guests. All right.
At the moment, his connection is not that good. He's trying to come in.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't I just go back to Belynda and Steven, and we'll ask another question. Let's see. As far as Inspired to Inspire, Steven, if you were to have a call to action, what would that be? Maybe you could share that with our audience, what your call to action is.
You know what? That is a fantastic question. And when you talk about call to action, it is about, okay, what do you want to accomplish in your life? And it comes down for us, or at least to me, for one word, legacy. So what do you want to be remembered as? What do you feel like your purpose in life is? And in many cases, you know, we find ourselves somewhat wandering aimlessly through life, you know, kind of going from job to job and not really having fulfillment, right? Because what we're chasing essentially is a paycheck, because we're just trying to live and we're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
But what we're saying in terms of the Inspired to Inspire, the movement, is there is something more. There is something greater. And so what we're saying is we're daring you to be great. In other words, we're daring you to be you, because there is greatness on the inside of you. And we want to help you tap into that and to manifest that greatness.
Yeah. Wow. That is so inspiring. You know, for our veterans that are watching, what would you like to kind of share with our veterans?
So first and foremost, thank you for your service. Again, because I've lived it, I guess some people may find it uncomfortable for another veteran to tell a veteran, thank you for your service. But I appreciate it, because even though I'm a veteran, I still get to enjoy the freedoms in what I would consider still the greatest country on earth, greatest country ever known to man. So that's first and foremost. Thank the veterans for their service. And two, to remain encouraged, right? Because I know some of them have gone through a lot of hard times. And again, going back to the book, the idea of being able to manage stress and to be resilient and to realize, you know, that your mindset dictates how you feel. Your mindset kind of dictates outcomes. And just because you went through something in the past doesn't mean it's going to always be that way. And you should take the power that is given you, the power that is inside of you, in order to create the life that you believe you deserve.
Yeah. Wow. That is excellent. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And as far as how people can reach you both, can you let us know how people can connect with you and just reach out to Inspired to Inspire and get the book?
Yeah, so we have several we have a website, and then we have several pages on Facebook. So there's actually a page designated just for the book. on Facebook. So it's, Let's Talk with B is Let's Talk with B. So BEA, that is the Facebook page. And within that Facebook page, there's also a group, which BeLynda mentioned earlier, Talk Ain't Cheap. And so that's the group that's going to get a little bit more intimate and for folks to come on and draw strength and inspiration from each other. We also, of course, have a phone number that you can reach out to us, 314-246-9394. And then we also have a company web page, which is Inspire2Inspire.co. Again, that's inspired with a D, the number 2, inspire.co.
Oh, very good. Yeah, and I know our backstage, they had it up on the screen too for us. And Belynda, I'm going to turn that question over to you too, as far as what would you like to share with our audience today, and what is what kind of words of wisdom do you want to give?
Yes, different words that I want to share is, in reading the book, what I want to share is that yes, we are going through different problems and issues right now, especially the illness, and I can speak on the illness. Just know that you're not alone. If you need somebody to talk to, there's always somebody you can talk to. And like I expressed in my book, I talked to the person that helped me was talking to God. I talk to him constantly. And if you have family, if you have friends that you can talk to, and if you don't have that, that's how God is there for you. He's always a listening ear, and you can spend as much time as you need to with him, and he will always be there with you no matter what time it is.
Oh, that is so nice. And, I know that, our executive director, I know he would have loved to have been here. And he is here. I know we had a little bit of a connection issue, but he is here. So I'm going to turn it over to Joseph Molina, who is our executive director of the National Veterans Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you, Shelley, and appreciate it. And technology is always a challenge. It's always an adventure.
Yeah.
So, thanks to Jamie, we're able to kind of make this happen. So welcome, Belynda, and thank you very much for your sharing your experience. Yeah. And I know it's been a journey always, but still, what you said right now earlier about the mindset, I think is so crucial to have the alignment on the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we believe, to be in line with that. And I mean, I'm kind of jealous that you have a B positive blood type, because you have no excuse but just to be positive. I love that. I think I have a B negative, so that's not. It's really working against me. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and kind of interrupt Shelley's radio show, just to say hi, because I really value your contribution, your participation. And in any way that the Chamber can help you promote, showcase your book or your stories, or even your mission with the company, we are here to collaborate on any way we can. We share what we have, and that's been our deal. Is that we share what we have, and just to help all of our military families, veterans, and also those who are not, but they just love working with our community, to kind of collaborate and share. So I just wanted to come in and say thank you for being on the show, participating with us. And I'm going to give it back to Shelley.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, we feel special that you came on. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Joe. We appreciate that. And have a great weekend too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you. And we're going to go back to Belynda and Steve. So to the two of you, I know Joe just mentioned, how we want to be able to help you. So how can we as a chamber help you both?
Yeah, I think what you're doing now, giving us a platform and an opportunity to kind of share about the company, allow BeLynda to sort of promote a book, which was very, again, we certainly appreciate that. And then some of the other things that you've already done, again, you put together some great promotional graphics that I thought that we shared on some of our social media platforms. So thank you very much. And I couldn't agree more with Joe in terms of the importance of collaborating and working together, because I believe wholeheartedly, and no matter what exchange, no matter what the interaction, I'm always trying to add value. So the Chamber has done that for us, and hopefully at some point we will be able to do that for you all as well.
Oh, that is wonderful. And, thank you for giving a shout out, because we have Laura who does our graphics. We appreciate that, Laura. She's behind the scenes. And we also have Jimmy, who is our technician, who's been handling the backstage for us. And of course, all of our team on the National Veterans Chamber of Commerce. And we do appreciate Steven and Belynda for both of you being here today and really helping to inspire our audience. Thank you for being here. As far as the radio show, we are every Friday. Catch us at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we want to thank our audience for joining us today. I know that you'll want to watch the replay because, boy, both Belynda and Steven gave some great information and their powerful story. Well, Belynda's powerful story and Steven's powerful story. And he is a U.S. veteran, and we want to thank him for his service, and all of our veterans out there that are just serving and have retired from the military. Thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to having you back next Friday. Thank you, Steven, and thank you, Belynda.
Thank you, Shelley. And if I may, you can find the book on Amazon. Just look
wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, the book is on Amazon. It's live, and you can order a paperback or you can get the EPUB version. But thank you for having us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Great to see you again. All right. Everybody take